live for the first time ever without having to restart
Issues?
the stream. I'm gonna adjust the angle here just to make it perfect. Looks good. We should actually have good internet.
Should this be up and running now?
Yeah.
On the screen?
Should be. Maybe if anyone's listening, if you can tell us if the audio is okay. If anyone's listening, if you can tell us if the audio is okay. Hey, seems like there's audio.
Let me mute that.
What have I done, Matt? Oh my goodness.
You've encountered our first problem.
Uh-oh. What's going on there now?
I don't know. Nero, can you still hear us?
Maybe give a little refresh just to that page. It's right there. You go.
Nero, can you still hear us?
There we go. Just a glitch. Audio's good.
Cool.
Excellent. Do you want me to? Bear with us, everyone. We did start a couple minutes early just in case there was any weird stuff, and it seems like even though we're hardwired, we're getting some lag.
Maybe it's the 15 tabs you get open.
Listen. Oh, it might be. It's going now.
Yeah, we're good.
Seems okay.
Yeah.
You have younger eyes than me, Matt. You can read that?
I can, yes.
It looks like you are the facilitator.
Chat moderator? Okay.
I'm going to...
I rule with an iron fist, everyone.
Yes. We had not a good time at the start of the last stream, so we don't want that again. All right. My coffee beverage is in my coffee mug. Oh, you're checking out all the moderator tools, so you're ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta
on
jump on those.
On our last Rebel stream, we had someone being gross. And for those who are here early, before we get into it, I wanted to be extra careful because I had a video go... I keep looking at the screen. I gotta look over there. You guys are there. I had a video on TikTok go viral, so it has 500,000 views. And I've definitely picked up a little bit of YouTube traffic, I think a little faster because of that. So because it's not all the regular crew that I trust, I want to make sure, not that you're bad people, TikTok people, but I want to make sure that nobody's coming here just to cause a ruckus.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
So I feel like, no, I like this, Matt, but I feel like if you want a couple inches on your other side, it's okay. There you go. There. I liked it. Now I feel bad. Do you want to come back over?
No. Score me once.
Oh. All right, we got a couple minutes. I just like to start early because we've had so many troubles in the past. I've told people that when we get to 1,000, my plan is to actually do a minimal investment. I can't afford any investment because of how much Nerf I buy, but into something that I can just put some work in. I don't even think I have to spend a whole lot, but just to be able to control the camera, actually start the stream with a button instead of me awkwardly singing and walking around the table.
Right.
So yeah, it is close to 1K. It's pretty cool. The watch hours which is kind of that other like magic thing that people go for. That's kind of a funny one because that's at like 3,400 hours, but the shorts don't count if you're like for like that kind of
metric
goal people try to hit.
Yeah.
So it's at 2,700, which
Okay.
is still that's great.
So
I mean, I don't. It's more hitting that for fun. Really, I might zoom in a little so my old eyes can. Oh, that's there. That's the.
We're also not distracted by our handsomeness.
Well, I feel like that was a problem. That's good enough, surely. Oh, I can still see me. That's gonna be a problem. I think we probably should just get started and go for it.
Sure.
It's nice to see that there are some people here already, which is really, really appreciated. It makes it so much fun that you guys come and check stuff out. I did a community poll on what do people want to talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Mega, I had Vortex. I love Vortex. I'm going to do a Vortex stream at some point, whether people like it or not. Those are the discs.
Discs? Okay.
Yeah, I just think they're so cool. Dart Tag is another one that I feel like I feel like I might like the dart tag stuff more than most people. I think a lot of people like the look of it.
Right.
I mean, I guess they perform terribly. They really do, but they are some of the coolest looking Nerf. Hey Nathan, how you doing? Nice to see you here. But anyway, you guys, I think there's like almost 100 votes on Let's Talk About Mega. And Mega is really fun because it's unlike Vortex or other ones that are kind of a narrow, like there's a handful.
Right.
Mega is
sprawling.
It's sprawling. It's not as big as like the regular line of blasters, but it's pretty.
It's approaching it.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Mega. Some people are saying that Mega, the amount of Mega has slowed down a bit. I may not notice that because I collect so far into the past
Right.
as well. I basically collect both streams of the timeline.
Right.
Into the past and the future,
right.
etc.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it. But I love Mega. I love that it's big and it's goofy. I actually, you know what, the one blaster I didn't bring over, but we're not going to get it. I have a Caliburn, which I'm sure a lot of you know about. It's a 3D printed sniper blaster from Captain Slug. I actually ordered the Mega barrel to make it a Mega Burn. Because I just...
This guy back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just love the idea of firing Mega darts
at like 120
faster and faster. You just get all that kinetic energy. I just think someone described it once on YouTube or on, I think on YouTube. I don't know if it was who said this. If it was, I don't remember who said it, but somebody said it's like hitting your friends with a tiny hot dog, and I really like that. I think that's very funny. So we have so much Mega in front of us. I barely know where to start. We are going to talk about Mega. We're also going to talk about Mega XL because that's a lot of fun too. And I think everyone in the hobby and generally is having a lot of fun with that. For sure. I also want to talk about rockets. The world has kind of moved on a little bit from rockets. I still think they're really neat. I like to give... well, I'll get into that in a second. And then the other, I have one lonely bent incomplete bow arrow,
right.
But I think that this is a really cool ammo type as well. You know what I didn't grab? I didn't grab the Nerf arrows. You know what? Because I like thinking that those are like Rambo style things, those arrows.
With explosive tips?
Yeah, explosive tips. It's all about, you know what? I don't know why I'm thinking I have to go anywhere. I have some of those arrows
right there. Oh,
right here.
Okay.
So I love these really hard to hit anything ammo types. I love using those as like explosive things, right?
Sure.
I see Nathan's jumping in with a next time you build a blaster, he recommends a spamp. A spamp is one definitely. I don't even have a. They're based on Falcon Fires. Am I embarrassing myself right now? I have not built one. I know they're really good. I should at some point. And John, what's Jonathan saying?
That was a question I was going to bring up. Is like, because when Mega started, it was its own line, but now it's like integrated into other stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So it's it is kind of a, that probably makes it a little harder to tell like where does Mega end and begin. Right. Like we have a couple Fortnite Mega blasters, a couple really good ones. That Mega sniper, heavy sniper is really fun. I modded that one. That one now hits in the 90s, which is, it's not accurate. I mean, it's at all, but it's fun though. It's super fun. And that Nerf shotgun has like an inline clip. It holds like 4 or 5 rounds. That fires Mega as well. Right. And it's pretty good. It has a terrible grip, but it's pretty good. But anyway, I guess what I was going to say about like Mega and Mega XL and rockets. So I'm going to start by saying I always kind of, because people ask me like, oh, when you're running games, what type of, and I'm like, I've only been in games that I have ran. Right. So like, I am not the most knowledgeable person for rule types. Like one of the biggest reasons for Mega, and I'm sure some people here are going to be like, yeah, we know we're on a Nerf YouTube channel, but I like to talk as if, you know, someone might be new. I mean, the biggest thing with Mega is it's for busting shields. So a regular Mega dart, if I have this shield or I make myself a riot shield, Mega hits that, it busts this shield. Okay. I like doing it so that Mega XL, not only does it take out the shield, it still takes out the person. Because it's like you're hitting, if I hit someone with a riot shield with a grenade, right, they're having a bad time. It's not a magical shield. Right, exactly. And then I like, there was a lot of debate of people who were like, oh, are people going to treat rockets the same as Mega XL? I don't like that. I like rockets to be like, this is for getting like a bunker or like, no, this is hard to do in Nerf when you're trusting people to like, I mean, that's a Nerf challenge in general. Like, people have to be honest in
honor
good
system?
sports.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, when I see videos online of like the group in New Maryland that plays and like all these other groups that I would love to get to someday, like it's all people who are very invested in the hobby. So they're all being super honest. I find it challenging with like birthday parties or running parties for kids that like aren't necessarily Nerf fanatics that I don't want to,
Nathan just stopped your train of thought there with
Oh.
some sweet half dart.
Half darts are hard to come by here. But yeah, it did interrupt my train of thought.
Stun locked.
What was I saying? Oh, just for
Honor
running
system.
for running parties, I don't tend to like. For a kids party, I wouldn't generally use rockets or anything. I probably would use Mega XL and rockets the same way for like a birthday party.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I wouldn't bring rockets because they're
They'd be
too
destroyed.
They're too valuable. Like even this one's kind of wrecked. I have actually started my pal Vintage Nerf. He is on Instagram. If you have any interest in old Nerf, you should follow him. He has influenced me to start hoarding like ammo types. So I now have like I have a few containers of Mega XL that I'm never going to open because someday they will be impossible to find. It's like the Titan rocket I have. There are no Titan rocket, or they're hard to find. There are some, but they're hard to find. Same as these Fortnite. These I wish they were the other ones, but these Fortnite ones, I have 2 packages of these unopened, and I'm gonna keep them that way because someday I'm gonna be like,
for the apocalypse currency.
yeah, well, everyone will, instead of bottle caps, we'll all be trading. Please, sir, I'm so hungry. I have 1 Demolisher rocket.
We'll trade you 1 rocket for a can of cat food.
Please, sir. No, we're only accepting thunder bow things.
Right.
Anyway. Hey,
Oh, Vintage is on YouTube as well.
it is Vintage. He is on YouTube. You know what? You've been talking a bunch about like wanting to get into doing more videos and stuff. So I honestly haven't been super sure how much you wanted push there, but you know me, I'll push the people. I'll push the people wherever. No one who watches this is only watching this stream in a bubble. They want to see all of the.
This is like tertiary Nerf content for them.
That's right. Yeah, this is not their soul. They're not like, oh, besides this stream, I've never heard of Nerf.
Right.
Wow, how fascinating this is. Anyway, so I don't know. That rundown aside, I guess all I'm saying is I like just making up different rules for all of these ammo types so that they're all kind of relevant. I even was thinking, I have some of these. I love this blaster. I know it's funny. Sometimes you do watch and I'm not gonna say who, but sometimes you watch a stream, and it's like a more mainstream stream, and everything is from the perspective of like performance and can I actually hit someone? Right. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I think that this buzzsaw, I think is the coolest. And now we'll have to listen to it. I'm sorry. It's because it takes forever.
Right.
But I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool to play a game where if you use this thing, because these have like a floaty style through the air, maybe if these hit somebody, it like stops time for that team or something for like a few seconds. Like all ammo can be good, all blasters can be good as long as you come up with a cool rule for them.
Sure. Put it closer to the microphone.
Yeah, that was a bad move. You should never touch that blaster unless you want to hear a jet engine forever. Beans Dude is here too. It's good to see you, Beans Dude. You're gonna get your every stream token here soon. Yeah. I'll send out a bracelet or a badge. I don't have any of those things.
Also
stickers
just showed up
at some point. Hello, Christopher. That's great. No, I feel like, I mean, I appreciate the etiquette of saying that you're sorry for being late to arrive to the stream. I actually think that's nice.
Yeah.
But you are very forgiven. I would not, if someone showed up at the end of the stream and was like, "Hi guys," I would not be. No. I would not
unsubscribe.
Moderator, remove them.
Right.
I don't know, guys. I think we have so much stuff to talk about. So many blasters in front of us. The camera angles. I need my 2 camera angle setup for that 1000.
Yes.
An overhead would be nice because I have 3D printed stuff that fires rockets. I have a very OG mega firing shield, and that's the other thing I liked about having this guy out here. You know what? I don't know. You guys are all familiar with basic mega. Let's pull out kind of a fun thing. I think this thing is super cool. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle blaster. The trigger makes the makes this rotate, and I guess the reason why was kind of a loophole to keep it to get it in the hands of younger children,
Right.
Because it doesn't have a trigger to fire, so
fire,
it's not
right.
as dangerous. Like it's very hard for a kid to do that. Someone on the stream would be like, never do that. I hope it's your internet and not mine, and I hope you're not offended that I think that. But this turtle blaster, I think is cool. You basically, to fire it, you just pull back and let go. And you know what? It's not. Oh yeah, I'm not used to that mechanic, but it's. I think for a blaster that looks like a Ninja Turtle,
it fires fine.
It fires pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think I would love to use this in a. I do hope someday if I can go to some games, like I want to be the guy who has just terrible loadouts.
Right. That one should, when you hit someone with one of those darts, it should slow you down.
Oh, I agree. Or you have to eat a pizza. An entire
right.
pizza.
Slice, yeah, right.
When you get hit, it's just like, oh man.
Shucking a pizza into you.
You have to sit there on the field and you have to eat.
Carbo load.
You have to eat a whole 12-inch pizza. That would be. That would be amazing. I would love to do that. So I guess like I'll talk about a few. I don't know, Matt. What do you? So you're when you're looking around the table and you were helping me organize these million blasters. What's one that kind of caught your eye? And then I might turn it over to the people of the stream to ask about what Mega is their favorite.
Well, even though you said this one's not exactly the most form-fitting, I do like the little action on it.
It is a cool little blaster. It's very snug to hold, but it's neat. You know what? I like a transforming blaster.
This is true.
It has some deploy vibes. Except it shoots actually pretty well. Oh, actually that
was very well.
That was a lot faster. I'd love to have a camera that pointed the other way. My dream setup
that one's not so good.
Will be a 3-camera setup.
Right. You're right though. It is not ergonomically great, but I do like the little action though.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's an AR system too, so like your first one would always be
better,
the best one, and it kind of goes down from there. I mean, I don't usually find that too bad, but I'm guessing in Mega that's a little worse.
It was considerably, like the first one went about 25 feet and then cut in half for the second one and even more for the third one, so yeah, for sure. But you like this little, like, it's like a grenade launcher.
Yeah, so you can like sight down and see, which is actually would be a really cool sight to design and 3D print for like a rocket launcher or something like that.
With a rail.
Yeah, for sure. That would be pretty neat. Let's go back and we'll go back and forth with a couple quick faves and then we'll turn it over. Sure. I gotta say I do love this Mastodon. I don't know if people can see it. This thing is
a touch ridiculous, but
it's awesome. So ridiculous and awesome. I like this would make such a. This would be such a. I don't know. It's just,
you would have to be Terminator.
Right. Yeah. It's so neat. I don't have any darts in it right now, but it actually works pretty well. I actually did a stream on the Mega Motostrike, and I mistakenly called the Mega Motostrike the only Mega Flywheeler. And like
see that, yeah.
This was literally right beside me. I deleted the video. I changed the course of history so no one would know of my mistake.
Right.
Hey,
I'm from Brooklyn.
Hello from Brooklyn. That's awesome. That's good to see you. I really, really want to get back to New York again now that we're going more and more to no restrictions and back to normal here in Canada. So it's easier to travel and get back. I haven't been to Brooklyn in years. The last time I was in Brooklyn, the things of note, I went to a brewery, a really good brewery. My friend Dan and I, we set off to go to a bar that was supposed to have like the longest bar in all of New York, and it's supposed to be in Brooklyn. And we took a cab there, and we got to a bar that was like the biggest dive bar ever. But we went to the wrong bar. The one we wanted was across the street.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing I've noticed, someone fell down subway stairs, and we thought they were dead. No, so those are my memories of Brooklyn, but I really want to go back. It's awesome. So yeah, that's fun, and I really like all these 3D printed things that are converted over. Knockouts. Anyone who does watch any of my stuff knows that I am a massive fan of the Knockout and all these Meeker kits. But like, this is such a portable. This actually, if I was going to do an actual efficient loadout, this is one I would have like tucked somewhere that if I needed Mega XL,
right,
it's the most compact way by far to have
some
one.
sort of shield break.
Yeah, I actually sold a couple kits on my Etsy store. I licensed. I licensed it through Meeker Arms.
Yeah.
Just pay him the licensing fee. We've chatted a little bit, and sold a couple kits, and they went together fine. It's always nerve-wracking. 3D printing is like, it's never perfect. So it's always a little bit nerve-wracking. Like, obviously, I'm not going to send anything out that doesn't look good, but like, no matter what you do, like, there's little imperfections here and there, but both people were very, very happy with the kits, and the kits worked well, and they used my little guide to put them together, which was cool. Oh, ding! This is, honestly, if you're interested in Mega XL, this is one of the coolest things to get. And if you're looking for one, why not buy a kit from me?
Etsy store, link below.
Yeah, Meeker actually has been selling a few kits. He usually doesn't. He might be done already. Go to him first if he has any physical ones, but usually he just sells the files. So if he's done doing physical ones and you want a kit and you don't have a 3D printer, let me know. Even if there's none on my store, send me a note over YouTube or Instagram, and I'm sure I can print out a kit. And if you're doing it in advance and you just want to ask what colors I have, I could potentially customize. All the ones I've been selling on my store have been these colors because I just think it looks cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But and this is kind of like the OG one that I thought was super interesting. These rockets are no-name rockets. We'll see how this fires. But this is this is the first Meeker kit I ever did, and this just having a little episode there. This fires Demolisher rockets, so it's kind of the prequel to this. But he did such a good job. Kind of, I mean, Mega XL is smaller, but this has like such a cool look to it. I know Dr. Flux uses this in his loadout. Captain Xavier, like all of the. This is definitely a design that every YouTuber, Nerf YouTuber I've seen has one of these, because it's one of the only ways to fire a Demolisher rocket with a spring. And because most of them are hamps. Like you have to, you actually have to.
Plunge it yourself.
Yeah, we have a big hamp that we might open up after. Sure. But this actually works.
Wow. Very well.
It works very well. These stock knockout springs are, I've built so many different knockout things and I've never changed the spring. The stock spring and the plunger volume are so good to work with right out of the box. So I guess I'll put it out to you guys. I mean, obviously we are happy to just mow through all this Mega. Or what do you guys have some favorite Mega that you want to mention, or ones that you're like, hey, I like the look of that one. Is it any good? I would love to hear if anyone has any Mega they want to talk about, because the chances are I have it. It's probably around our feet, or on this table. We are literally drowning in Mega.
Yes.
Beans dude, I agree. These Meeker builds are the bomb. This one has the open barrel. There is another version called the stub barrel that has a dart post in there that actually will fit an elite dart. And it'll fire an elite dart at like 130 feet per second.
Right. Yeah.
Which is really cool. I do find the one with even though Meeker had found himself that when he tested it was the same, I find I get a tiny bit better performance out of the Mega XL darts without that dart post. Okay. So I've kind of kept this as my main one. Right. But fun fact, my daughter and I actually did a build of I basically built her a very dangerous blaster. Firing Mega XL is okay, but like I had her fire one of the elite darts for fun, and that's like too much power for an 8-year-old. So bad dad. So we just do the Mega XL. Hey Shaz, I'm glad you could make a pie. I should make a Silly Max 1400 for Mega XL. I definitely should. What's that?
What is that?
I feel like I'm not going to. I'm not going to explain it very well. It's basically just a. I feel like Shaz would explain it better. It is just basically a cool 3D printed blaster that uses a bunch of parts to fire Mega XL really, really hard. Okay. And really far, and it is very, very cool. I'll send you some links after, Matt, because I know you're always looking to hear more. That's definitely another thing I need to do for this. I would love to be able to actually share a screen, because I feel like the Silly Max, like as much as in the Discords and like in Instagram, when people post it, I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. I will admit I don't know a whole lot about it, so I don't want to like start saying stuff and sound ridiculous. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of Shaz who popped by the stream. Okay. But it looks super cool. Right. I would absolutely love to. It's very hard. It's very hard. Obviously this is a hard life we're living. I say that lightly. It is difficult sometimes to even like stay focused on projects. I was all Mega XL all the time, and I've drifted a bit.
Right. Custom shell, very Supermax 5000 inspired.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have. It's so far. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna try not to upset anything.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay, you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it basically recycles parts of a Titan so that you can pump a whole lot of air pressure into this. So it's kind of an amalgamation of things. I have this because I'm actually rebuilding a Titan that I got thrifted. So I have it all apart right now, and I have this out to kind of check for leaks. I thought I had a bunch of leaks, but I think
just the one.
I think it was just leaking, which is what Shaz told me. He said, "Hey, it's just leak. It might be leaking around the air gauge," and I'm like, "No, it's more." And I got it apart and I tested it, and I think it's just around the air gauge. But I think I'm going to use some goop. I think I'm just going to try to like extra seal it up since I have it all apart.
You might as well do it.
And it was very difficult to get open.
Right.
So I want to get that done. Oh, we're gonna catch up on the thing here.
Waxman says, if you're ever back in New York City, please announce on social media. There's a creative space where they hold private CQB style sessions.
Well, I will tell you, if there's one thing I can do, it's announce things on social media.
Yes.
That sounds like it would be absolutely amazing. I took a jolt skiing today, so you know I am prepared to nerf.
You also fired nerf off Mount Carlton, didn't you? I
did. We have our highest mountain in the Maritime region. We did this long hike, and my girlfriend and I got to the top, and we're gasping and resting. And I was like, "Can you film something for a minute?" And I wanted to fire it, so it would be the
highest dart fired in New Brunswick.
That's right, the highest dart in the Maritimes. Right. Oh, and Shaz, that's a good point too. The neat thing about the Titan, which I did not know until until I had it apart, or before I had it apart. I actually read it first. Probably Shaz told me. This actually is threaded. So I wish Nerf would do this with more stuff. So to be able to put different barrel types on this is cool.
That's the first question I asked you when you told me it was. Like, do they have other barrels? You're like,
no. Nerf loves to do things like that, but never actually make attachments or anything. Right. But that's cool, because for me personally, I want to rebuild a Titan that will fire a Titan.
Sure.
Even if I have to make the stupid thing, which I will. I'm very crafty. But to be able to thread this off and actually have it fire Mega XL most of the time would be awesome. So I think that is super, super, super cool. Christopher David counts off topic. Someone create a half dart kit for the Ultra 5.
Which one's the Ultra 5? That's the 2.
Ultra 5 is... I just so happen to have it.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I will say about these Ultra Blasters is they have some pretty good oomph.
Springs,
Yeah, I don't tend to end up doing a lot of modding to anything that already has pretty good...
Beastdude wants you to make a Titan that shoots a Titan.
Oh, an entire Titan. That's so good. I was thinking...
Titanception.
That Beansuit always has the good ideas. I'm gonna say too. I actually I didn't have your idea, and yours is better. But you know the show. What's the Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan. Yeah.
So one of the kids, our oldest girl in the house. She's 14. Girls are weird. The oldest woman.
There you go.
Lady, I don't
get used to that.
Anyway, the 14-year-old in the house, she's a big Titan, Attack on Titan fan. Right. I did think it would be cool if I make a missile. We have like a cardboard cutout of a Titan, and I was going to make it fire. I was going to put a cardboard Titan on
the missile
and fire it out of the Titan.
Sure.
So but I like that idea too.
Nathan also wants you to stop by in Idaho.
I would do a Nerf World Tour. Sign me up. Sign me up for sure. I just need to get to a point where I can give up the job that pays all the bills. But I mean, going on some trips is another question. I feel overdue to go.
I think everyone does.
Anywhere. Yeah, for sure. And I definitely have watched. I've watched so many videos of like people, like, because people are getting back to it now too. People in these like amazing spaces, and they're all playing Nerf with their 3D printed stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy for you guys.
Stuck in a basement.
I am happy for them, but I would definitely like to join in. But I am looking forward in the summer and going into spring. I am going to set up some community events here because I would like to start some of that here. Start small. There are some spaces I was kind of looking into in the fall, but it got too COVID-y around here to make it happen. Yeah. But I would like to start doing that because you get someone playing and they see how fun it is, and it kind of goes from there.
I mean, as a steward of the hobby, it's part of your job, right? To bring people into the fold.
It is. Yeah. It is part. You need to be an ambassador,
right?
For sure. And Matt here, it's not Mega. But Matt here is going to be doing his first big mod.
I am.
He's going to be mod. Well, you tell them.
I'll be modding a Spectrum.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what you got me. You haven't sent me pictures.
Daybreaks, Krakens.
Right.
The cage.
I'm gonna go all out. I might even paint it.
I think painting it would be. I think painting it would be a good idea. It's pretty fun to paint stuff.
You said spray paint is probably the way to go.
Spray paint is probably better. I'm not very good at painting. I've painted one thing. I don't have a ton of patience. I have a lot of ambition. But like painting requires
patience, yes.
Patience,
both in equal amounts. Patience and ambition.
Yeah, like my Fortnite flare that I painted, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, but I didn't sand it enough.
Is that Mega?
It is Mega.
What are you doing?
I'll get it later. People have seen it, but it's cool. I took a Fortnite flare, which fired Mega, converted it over to Mega XL. Things are so tight in order to keep the brake action. It's so much better to hear me explain it than to just show it.
Why show a thing where you can pantomime it?
That's right. So to keep the brake action, I made some half darts and I painted them with glow in the dark paint.
Right.
I've said too much. It feels stupid to go get it now. So we're moving on.
Okay. It never existed.
Let's see. Here in
SG. What's SG beans, dude?
Where is that? Where is SG? Give us the. We're Canadian.
Singapore?
We're not good with our.
No. Here in SG.
Beans dude will get to us. Yeah. He's met 3 people who know what nerf is. Whoa, he is truly alone. We can't complain in Singapore. Yeah. Okay. So we definitely can't. Yeah, we can't complain in front of Beans dude. That's brutal. Well, I'm glad that you find your way here to these streams. And at least I've definitely found even doing this, like during not being able to get this stuff, has been very fun. And even just talking to all the people here has been super cool. Someone asked me how I feel about the super flare. I'm gonna go get it. I feel pretty. I mean, I think the super flare is neat. I mean, I think when you get into those themed blasters, single shot, I mean, they're more, they're for fun. So this is mine. I repainted it to be Zombie Strike for those, I guess, who haven't seen it, and used some barrel tubing from an old Nerf barrel, which the diameter of that happens to fit Mega XL. And I painted this dart to be glow in the dark. I thought that went well with the whole flare zombie thing. Yep. So if I had sanded this properly, the action would be better.
Right.
So I think I will at some point take it apart and at least sand and repaint this part so that I can do that without having to snap it so hard. But I think this blaster is neat.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool blaster. It was fun for me to do this one because a lot of times I use mod guides and stuff like that for other people. I always credit people when I do. When I did my Raven build, I used American Foam's guide to do it. That helped me a lot. I did a few little things differently, but I definitely leaned on him for sure. This one was kind of I'm going to open it up. The day I got it, I did a review on it, and then I opened it and changed it over to Mega XL, and then painted it the next day. So that was kind of fun. Like, there's things I would do differently, but you
gotta learn somehow.
That's right. So that stuff is pretty fun. Painting a Max Striker. That'd be cool. So I don't have a Max Striker because we don't have Target here.
Oh, I was gonna say,
a Target.
Shame on you.
Target exclusive. My boss is going on vacation tomorrow, and she's going to a Target, and I've asked her.
You sent her a wish list?
I sent her a list, and I asked her if she could pick me up all the half darts she sees. because she's a big shopper.
Right.
And I didn't ask about a Max Striker because honestly, I have a, I know they're different, but I have a Nexus Pro, and I'm not. I wouldn't mind having a. Is it a Conquest Pro? It's like the short dart one that you put a magazine in the back, and it like flips the dart forward.
I did see a video on that.
It looks cool. A lot of people really like it. I would like to have one of those for sure. Michael Hamilton, glow darts are cool. Had the opportunity to use a Firefly mag on a dark field HVZ. That would be super cool. Super cool. Do I have? It's too far away. I do have a couple. I have a couple of those Firefly mags, and they are really cool. I have 2 Rebel ones, and I have 1 Raven.
Is that guy, the yellow one? The one that like fires the flashes as you fire to glow up the
No,
darts? Oh, okay.
that's a precursor to the Raven. That's a Springer.
Okay.
But that one does it too. A Conquest Pro. You're right, Beans dude. That's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, glow darts are really neat. I'll have to show you basically the magazine has a battery pack and a light inside it, so it charges them up as it goes.
Gotcha.
And I just did a video on there's a little Star Wars blaster. I think it's the Imperial Death Trooper blaster.
Mm-hmm.
It has glow in it and it works really well. It looks really cool in the dark for sure. Yeah. Well, let's talk. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna talk about a cool Mega.
There you go.
That I think I fired all the darts from. Well, this one is a bit weird in that it only likes. I feel like I need to fix it at some point. So this Ultra 2, the Ultra 2 is one of my favorite blasters. When I mean it's hit or miss firing Ultra darts. It's funny. I had one Ultra 2 that fired Ultra darts and it fired them straight. Mm-hmm. It was awesome. And then I converted that one to Elites, and then I got another one, and it actually worked really well, and I converted it to Mega, and I was like, well, I'm going to get a third Ultra 2, because they were on sale, you know.
Right, as you do.
As you do. Yeah. So I have one that fires all 3, and the third one is awful. Like, no. it can't even get through 6 darts without... I should have returned it. If I could go back in time.
You return it.
I might even do a shifty thing where I buy it again, and, like, swap in. Well, I mean...
Maybe don't put that on the internet.
Well, I don't think they'll put me in jail for that.
Now, is that, just to quickly jump in, is that something that happens a lot, like quality control issues from the same...
I mean, I think it depends on what it is. You know what? I think the Ultra 2 was so early, I think. All the Ultra Blasters seem to have issues with the flywheels lining up with things. There seemed to be a lot of trouble with quality control on the Ultra Blasters. I don't know if it's quality control when they're mostly consistent. I feel like my ones
really bad.
Yeah, my ones that worked well were actually the anomaly. Most people found the Ultra 2 shot off to one side.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so that definitely does come. It definitely does come up. And jump in anytime.
That sucks for like early adopters of new dart types or technologies.
It definitely can. And then there was the whole, like, Busby put out a couple blasters that had horrible quality control, the Thunder Shot and the Tetra Shot. I returned both of those. Like, they were just the Thunder Shot broke immediately. It actually shipped to retail locations with factory, like, non-final molds. Like, they used the wrong molds in the factory, so it was kind of they called it Thundergate.
Hey, Iron.
Well done. Hey, hello. So this one, I guess but I think that this is super cool. I would like to paint this one. I think this blaster has one of the coolest profiles. My one that I have that fires Elites, it doesn't have new motors or flywheels. It's using the stock stuff. It just has a new printed cage from Gavin Fuzzy. Mm-hmm. And it fires 9 Elites. It fires them 100 feet per second. And that's just stock Ultra motors.
Okay.
And it's such a good backyard blaster. Like, I don't have to feel bad about hitting the kids with it. Right. Whereas, like, I'm not going to fire out of my Raven generally with the kids.
140,
yeah. I mean, this summer, they know what they're getting into. Not the youngest ones. But this actually fires Mega Darts at 70 FPS, which is pretty
decent,
impressive. Yeah. And this is, again, using stock motors. This is using the stock cage. So because it's using the stock cage, the crush is probably a little high on it. It actually does over time kind of ruin these darts.
That's the pinching of the darts?
Yeah. Okay. So you get higher speed to a point, but it can be disruptive. But like...
Gotta load them in the right order.
I had a jam. I think this looks like a weird dart.
Oh.
The start might have been in. I will say the mega firing one is not as dependable.
Okay.
Like
that?
It doesn't like this dart.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? This dart has... Oh, no, it doesn't. I was going to say it has writing on the side of it, but maybe it's just a little too damaged or something. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing that. Generally, with this one, it is cool, but I have to hand pick what darts I'm using.
Right, you can't be doing that.
Oh, someone donated an Ultra,
Ultra
1.
One?
Are there any mods? The Ultra 1 is such a shame. I love that this is an Ultra stream. The Ultra 1 is such a shame because I actually think it looks cool. I like the look of all the Ultra stuff, but man, is it underpowered. I mean, the only mod I don't know about the only mod, but I mean, I've certainly seen... Drac did a video at one point where he, something like called... taking the shame away from the Ultra 1 or something, where he just rewired it to make it
powerful.
Not even super powered, but just like
Enough.
110 or
Right.
like it more on power. Like it's a very soft shooter. Like most Ultra is mid to high 90s, and the Ultra 1, I feel like when I was firing the Ultra 1, I didn't have my good chronograph then, but it was slow. It was like 70s or something. Like
Right.
it was pretty bad. So that's a bit of a bummer that you have one. I'm sorry. I don't know. You'll have to do some work to it maybe. Or, I mean, you know what? Like, those soft shooting blasters, like, they can be good for kids. Like, if you have, like, younger games and
Sure.
stuff. Like, I actually really like having a bunch of Mavericks for, like, really little kids to play with because they just don't hit very hard. So, I don't know. It's that whole... There's a place for every blaster. I want to talk about another... I'm going to talk about another Mega blaster. Not that I like the conversation going... every which way. I really do. I think this was really neat. I like that. I need to like take off my Value Village price tags from them.
Yes.
It cheapens my collection. I ran a birthday party last summer, and there was like this I almost called him a snot. I guess I did call him a snot.
You can, yeah.
There was one there's always one.
Yes.
And he was like, "Did you get all these from Value Village?" And he was really jerky about it. I'm like, "Yeah, I got a lot of them from Value Village, kid."
So what, kid?
Being thrifty, there's nothing.
That was already loaded.
There's nothing wrong with being thrifty. Oh, it already has making it. Well, you
I
know
loaded
what?
a bunch.
I'm gonna throw.
A bunch more? Sure. Probably a good idea.
I'm gonna throw. I know
Right.
it's not an elite stream, but I think this is a really neat blaster. Yeah, that it has this little kind of
Oh, I didn't
dial
see that. Okay.
to switch over. So like,
I assumed it fired everything.
no, it doesn't fire. I think people have modded it to go shotgun style, but you
Right.
can like flick
Select.
this over.
Oh, you lost it. They both fired at the same time.
Oh, weird. Yeah, some of these Value Village ones do have some problems with like their air restrictors and stuff. I have 3 or 4 of these. So
BC says Valley Village is the highest end thrift store.
I
in my
mean,
opinion.
it is pretty. Yeah, I see you, my American friends, posting their Goodwill finds.
Right,
I'm like,
for like
you.
$1.99.
So I saw a guy, I forget who, but he had a Motostrike. I can't reach it. He had a Motostrike in package. Yeah, in package, and it was $2.99.
That guy?
This brand new in the package, $2.99 at Goodwill. Like that's bananas. Value Village would have cranked this up to $20 in package. For
I was there
sure.
today, and there was stuff there for $20.
Yeah, they had a Vulcan. They had a Vulcan there with they had a Vulcan there with no chain or anything and no tripod. And they
I did
wanted
see that.
$15.99.
Oh gosh, I didn't even look at that because I knew you had one.
They don't know. I don't have a Vulcan.
You don't have a Vulcan?
No, I don't have a Vulcan.
Don't you have one of those tripod ones?
It's eluded me. I have a Rhino Fire.
Oh,
I have
okay.
2 Rhino Fires, but I don't have a Vulcan.
All right.
The Vulcan's very different, Matt. the Rhino Fire is drum fed. The Rhino Fire the Vulcan is I'm confusing them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this one's pretty good. This one got a really bad rap because this has those.
I just
plasticky
watched.
springs.
Well, I watched your video the other day, and the one thing I noticed was the lead up time to get to full speed.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's stock nerf flywheel. Which, you know what I don't get? You know what I don't get is that okay. Let me do this. Hold on. So we're up to full speed
Please
now.
stand still. Oh, that was garbage. That's barely...
Well, you know what? I can't blame it all. Some of my
Darts.
Mega Darts, I did a bulk order to try some. and
Yeah.
I need to separate them out because they are bad in flywheelers. They have kind of larger plasticky heads on them, and they kill flywheel performance.
Right.
So I can't totally blame that on that one. Yeah. So, but I mean, you heard what that sounded like, but like this is a stock Percy's, and this is.
Those are amazing.
This all like the Nerf flywheel stuff. Like Nerf can do good flywheel. Like that's fast. Like I think
I forgot how good Rival was. That we haven't played Rival in a while.
It's I mean, you know what? Rival is definitely what got me into it. Now, as much as I've like spread all over the place and enjoy it all now, like that Rival stuff and those early games we played with everyone playing Rival and House, that was super fun.
Now, are those, could you potentially rip one out of those? Like rip the gears out of that and swap it into something else? Or is it
that would be a big integration to do.
Right.
I mean, you could do anything.
If you're ambitious.
Yeah, I'm not the Jolt King. I can't just put the guts of everything in everything else.
Right.
I mean, you probably could do something with them, but by the time you're doing that, you probably just want to. It'd be easier to like
buy something,
3D print a new cage and get yourself some flywheels. Something I need to do. I need to get myself. I need to like chat with the Discord peeps and get myself like a bulk order of like cheaper motors and cheaper flywheels and stuff. Like not everything has to be daybreaks and crack. Like it gets so expensive. Right. Like when I burned out the motors in my first Raven build, I wanted to weep because it was so much. It's such a waste, right?
Right. What we got going on here? Michael wishes he has Valley Villages instead of Goodwills.
Yeah. Yep.
Disagree. And Beans Dude found a strong arm on the side of the road.
That's pretty good to find that the side of the strong arm on the side of the road in Singapore. I feel like that's not easy to find.
I feel like
Michael says he saw a Thunderhawk no bolt or clip for 9 at Goodwill. That's a lot at Goodwill.
Yeah.
There was actually oh no, a Cascade. There was actually a Thunderhawk at
oh yes, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
yep.
I mean, this is a neat blaster. There was one at Value Village, and it was only $8.99 at Value Village, but it was also missing its clip here, which I don't have this loaded right now, but this is a neat blaster. I've seen people do 3D printed new clips that have like different ammo type.
Right.
And that's really neat. So I almost bought an extra one, but I don't need more project blasters. I have enough stuff that I'm not doing that I say that I'm going to do now.
Right.
Like I was so amped up to do this Infinus build that I have all these parts for. Not the Infinus, the Hyperfire. And now I'm on like a D-Dart craze. I have the parts to mod 2 D-Darts because I got 2 of them for $5 each. So when I ordered your Spectrum stuff, I ordered the parts to mod those. So I'm going to have 2 like
nice,
very snappy D-Dart ones that will probably empty out in like under a second.
Right. Iron wants to see your sad Zesty.
Oh, my sad Zesty. It's over. I mean, would you mind? It's over in that bin, Matt, if you don't mind getting it.
Sure. Entertain the people.
Shaz, our Discord misses you. I'm not very good at commenting on... So, and the reason is... I mean, as you guys have kind of noticed, I tend to post a lot. I've been that's the Zesty. Kind of obsessively, like I really enjoy it. Like I actually find making videos and like shorts and stuff has become a part of the hobby I like as much as modding. Like I enjoy. It's not just like, oh, I gotta do this chore so I can get famous with my 1,000 subscribers. Like I really like doing it.
Right.
So between YouTube and Instagram, which is mostly just like feels more like just chatting with people. Instagram feels like the new Facebook. And since going kind of viral on TikTok and TikTok being bigger, now I'm kind of trying to do at least some stuff that's a little bit. It's just a time thing. I really enjoy getting in there, but like the Discord is super active, and I was invited to a couple. Like I feel like I am a disappointment to the Discords. I just want to belong, but I'm not there. So this is the sad Zesty. This thing, you basically need to be.
It looked like a pain.
A GD octopus. I had Grace. I had my daughter with a screwdriver holding down parts of it so I could get
to other parts.
It was, and it has this plunger tube that's like this long, and there was a lot of pre-compression on the spring, It was, I did all that work, and the stock spring in this is stronger than a Retaliator spring. I did all that work, and it's a little like, it's a little hitchy, and it's only getting like an extra 10 FPS. I would never have done this
had you known.
Had I known. In fact, the only thing stopping me is I don't want to take it apart again and put it back together again. I have thought about stealing my spring back from this.
No man has a suggestion, just use a Sawzall.
What's that?
Just use a Sawzall.
Use a saw. I mean, it's a shame. This looks so good.
It does, yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing, is it Iron that is in the, I don't want to, I think is it you, Iron, that did the, or am I confusing things? Did you do the flywheel's ST? I don't know. I feel like I've embarrassed myself again. I'll be kicked out of another Discord. They're like, that wasn't him, or that wasn't me, or how do you not remember? It's hard to remember things.
Right.
I think it would be cool to do this into a flywheel, but like, that's a big job from the pictures that I've seen. I don't know. It looks good. I'll probably just leave it the way it is. Like it's backyard.
Live and learn.
It's backyard. It's fine. It gets a little bit extra oomph for that Retaliator spring. Whatever. It's fine. But definitely, that was a disappointment. You know what? It's still good to have done it, because I feel like there's probably some people who would have been tempted to do it that will just not, because
the Frankenzilla, yeah.
It is, yeah. All right, awesome, good. I was. It's always, yeah. I don't know. You just want to. You don't want to be wrong about that stuff. But it's just where a lot of us have like different names on different platforms too. It makes it a little bit tough. But yeah, like. His flywheel version of it, like that was like a lot of shell cutting and like looked like some minimizing. It looked like a crazy time. Really neat though. I wouldn't mind doing something like that, but it's low. It's low on my. It would be low on my list at this. I don't know. It's easy to get distracted. You know, man. I mean, look at this pile in front of us. If you can see, there's literally a sea of bins because I was organizing stuff. I need to sell some stuff. I bought another Rapid Strike today. It was $5, and as someone once said, they're like, oh, are you like really discerning about what you pick up now, or would you still like buy a Rapid Strike for $5 if you saw it? And I'm like, I don't know. I think at this point I wouldn't. I would.
You would.
I did. I bought a Rapid Strike, a deploy for $5.
Right.
Because I wanted a yellow deploy. It's the OG deploy. I have a clear deploy.
You did say you wanted to look at modding one. You don't want to touch the clear one.
And I don't want to touch the clear one.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind messing around maybe with the. I think flywheeling that would be cool, because I wouldn't mind flywheeling. I want to do that Mayfly build with the Maverick, where you turn the Maverick into a short dart flywheel blaster.
Okay.
With micro flywheels and stuff. I'd love to do that. So it'd be super cool to have like. I feel like that and a deploy would be. I think that would be kind of neat.
World War Nerf showed up.
Oh, hey, World War Nerf. You weren't sure if you were going to make it. Thanks for coming by. Shaz, I know the feeling. Almost all my collection is from Value Village. Yeah, I mean, it's good, though. Like, I mean, this collection is still insane. And don't get me wrong. Like, I've spent too much money. But it is like, where some guys my age have a Harley, I have a
basement
mountain of plastic and springs. I get arguably more enjoyment out of.
Right.
Or as much. I shouldn't say more.
I can't judge too much. I have not nearly this much shelving of board games and video games, but I'm up there as well.
Yeah, it's not like you're not a collector. Like, no. Matt's not, he's not quite as into Nerf as me, which was that's, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That would be, we just don't have the room, Matt. If you wanted to keep your stuff here, we wouldn't have room. But like, yeah, you're definitely like a collector.
Yes, for sure.
Like, you enjoy collecting.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to Value Village runs either.
Oh no, I'm there multiple times a week.
What's the thing that you brought home today that you brought home? I say it like you live here. Matt and his girlfriend are here, or fiance.
Fiance, yeah.
Are here a lot. It's like they live here.
What did I buy? I bought Star Wars Book of Sith Vault Edition.
Yeah,
from 2012.
It's pretty cool. You like press a button and it lights up and it opens. It looks like it has a strip gear, so we're gonna
try and fix
break into that. And we're gonna fix some toys. We're just expanding out into more and more things.
Yeah.
Shaz swimming in blasters. Yeah, I understand. I don't know, Shaz, if I've sent you a picture lately. I'll send you a picture on the Discord.
No, there you go.
of all the bins.
Tie in.
You won't have to miss me anymore. I
want to talk about this one.
Yeah, man, bring it up.
If I can get it out in our sea of blasters and get it on screen without
ruining
anything.
You did it.
Got it.
This one is pretty fun. For a Fortnite, I gotta say, I started out kind of poo-pooing some of the Fortnite stuff.
Right.
But I will say, like, design-wise, I think a lot of them look really cool. This one looked good. My problem with... My only problem with this one is that when I tried to put K26 in it, or even K25, like, stronger springs...
Yep.
It would not catch. It just like the internals couldn't handle that much more spring.
Right.
I ended up nesting an extra spring, which some people on the Discord poo-poo nesting springs, and I get that. I would rather have the right spring that fits.
Yeah.
But like it's so like the lead time on getting some springs too is like crazy here for me. So I nested in. This is a stock spring. And it's a spring from a takedown. You can't see it. I'm pointing at nothing for you. There's a rival takedown up there, and I nested the spring in, and now it gets close to 100. It's usually mid 90s, but I did get 100 once, and I think that's what I took the picture of, like a misleading clickbaiter.
Right.
I put up the picture of 100.
The one time.
It did it. It did do it. It's honest. World War Nerf, what do you think of a 200 feet per second deploy? Sign me up. Sign me up for that. It does sound, I don't have any flywheeler that does 200. My fast,
would be the Raven?
The Raven would be my fastest flywheeler, and it gets, it's like mid to high 150s, but it occasionally will get 162, 163. Right. I think it averages out to be like 158 when I ran through like a few magazines.
Yeah, as a kid from the early 2000s, the Call of Duty kid, like this is amazing.
It's super cool. So I will. Terrible. No, it's not bad, especially for Mega.
They shoot it to the actual.
So
sniper battle. Okay.
Actually, that's good.
I don't think I can get to the target though. Problem.
Well, we'll just both fire at the same time and say it's at a target. There's no camera that way. I will say, I really think that Fortnite sniper is awesome.
Yeah.
There is some things that the Centurion does that is really neat. The Centurion has this super long draw, which is very cool. And the Centurion has this like cool spring recoil thing. Is that loaded?
It was loaded.
Oh no. Almost target. That target's going down.
It's sad, that one.
Limpy one. Yeah. Oh, it is very sad to me that this one was left loaded. Oh no, what have I done? Maybe I bought it then? I can't imagine. Never leave your clips loaded, kids. Or your magazines. I'm sorry. Your magazines. So yeah, Mega Snipe. It's very, very, very fun. I like that. I do like that one a lot. It was its mod potential. I wish its mod potential was a little bit. I wish it was higher without having to do a lot more stuff.
Right. And what's the entry price for this? This seems like it would be expensive.
It is expensive. I got it. It was on sale. Toys R Us keeps putting Fortnite stuff randomly on sale. I think when I got it, it was like $62.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's normally like 85 or so.
Sorry.
Oh, does that have an air restrictor in it? Maybe not. I don't know. But that's a really cool blaster. It's a bit, I don't know. It's a bit hard to. It's in that weird wheelhouse of like, was it worth it to mod it? Because now it does have more of a boost, but like a kid can't use it anymore. Like that's the only thing with modding springers too much. It's like if it's something I want the kids to be able to keep using, it's probably better.
You're narrowing that audience.
Yeah. Like. I definitely have some retaliators. Although the kids have trouble with retaliators anyway, generally. But like my modded retaliators, they can't do.
World War already has a 200 FPS deploy. Jeezer. 200.
A Woozy is something I would like to. I'd love to have a Woozy. I'd love to have a Cage Fighter too. Those are super cool. I'll see if I live closer to you guys. I fear what I would have. It would probably make me. It would
bankrupt.
It would make me bankrupt. Yes, it would probably make me focus a little bit more on playing, like builds for playing.
Sure.
Because like I would say, if like I've had people ask me like, what's your like preferred loadout, and I don't really have one. It kind of depends. Like if I was playing, like if we were all playing together, I like adults were playing. then typically I would probably use. I do usually use Rival. I'd probably use either a Percy's, or if we were doing no automatics, which we often do in the backyard because it's so small, then I would do something like a takedown, or I like the Hypnos, even though the Hypnos shoots a little softer. I really like, I don't know. I mean, generally we use a lot of Rival in the backyard, but that's like a smaller area for sure. Pay me and I'll send you a Woozy or a Cage Fighter. That's a good deal.
Sounds like extortion.
I gotta get on that.
We're coming up on 10 o'clock here. Did you want to open up this giant box next to me?
Oh my goodness. Time really flew by tonight, guys. There's such a pile beside me. You know what? I'm gonna talk about a couple other things because I feel like time just goes so quickly. I want to talk about this guy.
XL at all.
Yeah, we didn't really talk a whole lot about Mega XL. Well, we talked a little bit about it with the Knockout.
True.
But, these are a lot of fun. I was really obsessed with kind of modding these for a while, and then I kind of just left them. I do want to get back to this one. This is a Boomdozer that has it fires 3 mega at once. It doesn't do it the best because it really needs a spring upgrade. Okay. But this one's kind of interesting because I watched Captain Xavier did some spring upgrades, and there's kind of a sweet spot that like when you put in the hardest hitting spring, it didn't do a whole lot. But if you went back down a little bit, there was a sweet spot to it actually being too much. So I need to look up that video and what he ended up settling on and maybe emulate that. Because sometimes when I fire this, I'm not getting all 3 darts coming out, but it's a really neat concept, though, to have that mega shotgun. But, I mean, I like the Boomdozer in general, for sure.
Giant draw.
That thing's a weird one. I do love... they're probably too far. I do have some really, really cool... attachments and stuff for that, but that's all for another day. We are getting close to the time. Maybe I feel like that big Fortnite thing, maybe we'll open that up
another time.
Do you want to hand me that blue? This guy? This is really cool. I got this thrifted not too long ago, and it needs kind of a loose Mega XL in order to work, because it's obviously not for this, but this is a neat blaster. This might be too snug. I feel like it's going to be too snug. I have a couple that are... Wow. Jeez. This thing has a lot of spring power. Gosh. It is a Leonard, it says, but it's like a Laramie toy. 2003 blaster. But it's neat. I like this kind of cranking handle as a priming mechanism, because it's actually pretty easy to use. Like even a kid could prime that, and that's like super powerful. Has like cool old ray gun vibes to it and stuff too. I think it's pretty neat. There we go.
Loud.
Is there anything from you guys
that we haven't shown
in the
yet?
Mega Zone that you would want to talk about before the Mega Zone? That's what we'll call. We should have called this stream the Mega Zone.
Mega Zone.
This is kind of a neat one. Oh. Like, I have a bunch of these attachments for firing Demolisher rockets. I mean, these are hamps. I'm not the biggest fan of hamps that way. I would love to do what Dr. Flux has done before, which is like hook up a compressor. And I've seen other people do it too. Hook up a compressor to like kind of feed this. He did a mod to the Fortnite rocket launcher that like basically a compressor fills up that tank instead of having to pump it up, which would be neat. But this is a cool little barrel attachment that's not on many things that I thought was pretty neat on this one. You have one more Mega Dart you could fire me.
Will the Wars ask me about the Cyclone Shock?
Varying results, but I think that's the dart. Cyclone Shock. Shock.
Shaz's favorite is still the favorite stock weapon is still the Megalodon.
The I guess first Cyclone Shot. This guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love the Cyclone Shot. Another Value Village sticker. I overpaid for this one a bit. Oh boy. This was early, I think, before I realized how plentiful they were.
Right.
I think this is such a... Jeez. Oh, you loaded it.
Yeah.
Like...
More.
target.
One more. No, you're done.
To hit a target at 25 feet twice is pretty good.
Right.
This is such a great blaster. This is one I do take to parties a lot. Even if we don't have special rules going on for it, it's still like for close quarters is a good one to give kids. These ones are easy. I use mostly disruptors, rough cuts.
Yes.
These, I would use the Magnus. The Magnus is.
I think that was loaded as well.
Yeah, it's too
finicky.
Kids have a hard time loading that internal clip. What is? Yeah, these. I need to invest in some actual Mega Darts. Those ones that I have so many Mega Darts now that have to be like custom.
Cold.
Yeah, they have.
Mega Maverick. Yeah, pretty much.
Megalodon. I think it's that guy, Matt. The little one over there to your.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is definitely a cool little high capacity blaster. Pretty easy to prime. Like I didn't have one of these last summer, but in fall, this is one I would probably take this to parties. Like a kid's gonna be able to use that. It's pretty good.
Nice.
I should fire something on it. Let's see. So at some point, Matt, you and I, just because you unfortunately are just trapped, we need to do a bit of a.
Whoa. There you go.
We need to go through some of these blasters and make sure, like, I have a couple that the cylinders don't rotate the entire way around. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I love it all. I really do love most of it, which is the difficult thing. Like, I don't mind the lower FPS stuff. Like our backyard's pretty small, so like I put up a short that had like us playing with like smoke machines and lights out there and lots of pallets, and like in that big of a setup I actually think it was pretty good using some of the older or like lower FPS stuff. Like it was still fine. It was still very fun. Like I mean Rivals we played some Rival that night too, and that's
at the end,
probably my favorite on modded, but depends on what you're doing. Thunderbow.
Yeah, Thunderbow right there, isn't it?
I have
How many you got now? 4?
I have 4 Thunderbows. So I'm collecting bows in general.
True.
Because like I found this big bad bow.
With this guy?
Yeah. I was pretty excited to find that. I'm collecting bows, and the reason why is there's a game I really, really like where I give one kid a Percy's, and then everyone else gets some sort of bow, and that is a good time because
one versus many. Yeah,
one versus many. That's a pretty fun way to do it. I would like to kind of experiment more. Like there's a game I've played at parties. This is not super original, but like everyone closes their eyes, they spread out around the room, and I go through and I tap 2 kids. And when everyone opens up their eyes, they put down their weapons and their zombies.
Oh, okay.
And it's just whichever kid can last
the
longest. And as they play, I'll like blow a whistle and they'll stop, and then I'll just like randomly like upgrade a kid as the humans go down.
Right.
And then when it's the last human, I give them a Percy's.
Right.
Which I think is fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean,
jeez.
I think this is pretty fun. I've been meaning to duct tape a bunch of these together, honestly. I think this would be like a good duct tape project where there hasn't been one in a while.
Right.
Megalodon, Thunderbow. If they don't rotate all the way around.
Broke off. Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, we are here to 10. We're gonna pass me over that. I think what I'll do is I might I'll probably do a video on it. The Fortnite. I didn't actually say what the big Fortnite one.
This guy.
Yeah. I think I'll end up. I don't know. It's late. Like it's kind of doing like reviews on like stuff like this late is kind of a little bit weird. But I wanted one of these because this one on sale. This was like $40 at one point, very briefly from Amazon. It was like I'm lying. I'm exaggerating. It was like 44, but it was pretty good.
All right.
And with the price of rockets.
And how many does it come with?
It comes with
6.
And like a pack of 4 rockets is $15. So I was like, and I think this looks really cool. But I'm gonna open this up I was gonna open it up tonight, but I'll open it up. I'll just do a short video on it. Mm-hmm. People already know about it, but I'll put it up there so that because it's in a box. If I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna do a video on it. I also want to do a. Yeah, I also have some just like weird like cheap dollar store blasters I want to do some videos on because I think that'd be fun too.
Rocky's asking if you did the twin shock already.
Mega twin
shock.
No, I don't have. So seek for shame. I don't have any twin shocks.
What's a twin shock?
Twin shock is like a big mega rough cut.
Oh yes, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, and because Builder BB, he took there's like stuff on Instagram. He took like 3 of them and used like rods and put 3 of them together to like prime them all and fire them. I think he called it like the hex shot because it can fire 6 at once.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. So I'm like looking at him chopping into his like 3 those, and I'm like, oh my! It might be one of the only Mega Blasters I don't have.
You gotta at some point just take some time and inventory all this stuff.
I know. I started inventorying at one point. I do need to like sell some stuff locally. Just I have so many doubles from like big batches of stuff that I just don't need. I think I was on a stream once. Someone said something about like strong arms. I'm like, oh yeah, I have 42 of those, and they're like, what? But there is
a tote and a half of strong arms.
Yeah, I do use those for parties though, and like they have a bit of a burn rate too. Like I have a pile of broken ones that are,
as with any toy dealing with small children.
Yeah,
and at least get broken.
And at least when like some kid throws one of those on the ground, like there's
only $3.
Yeah, there's always a kid that does that. It's not as bad. So I kind of have a more limited party blaster thing. Welcome vid on his dollar store build Nerf blaster. No. I feel like I started to watch that at one point and I never finished it. Not because I didn't like it. I think I just, I might have just started it while I was like making coffee in the morning or something like that, and I didn't finish it. I should go back to it. There are definitely some neat cheap blasters out there for sure. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about more. We're still drowning in blasters, but I mean, I think an hour is a pretty good time for a stream. Yeah. I do want to mention, I just got this. This has nothing to do with Mega, but that's on par for tonight. Do you want to hand me one of those? This is my first. Excuse me. I'm going to, for you guys, I'm going to fire a Boomco dart for the first time because I have had no darts, and a friend of mine dropped off a little handful of. Oh, isn't that fun? It's like firing a plastic straw. I'm not going to fire anymore because I literally don't want to buy. These are like a fortune to buy here in Canada now. I didn't have any, and he dropped off a bunch because he had like 200 or 300 from having the Halo blaster.
Is that the only Boomco one you got? The blaster?
I do have a full-size Halo Boomco blaster, but I have no clip for it. And foolish me, I bought it at Value Village.
Yeah.
And maybe actually, this is a question I should ask on the Discord. I bought it at Value Village thinking, oh, well, I 3D print things. Surely there will be a 3D printed Boomco clip like there is for so many other things. There's not. The only one I could find, I found one on Thingiverse that someone had made, but it was meant to be brassed. And I'm like, I don't care enough about it to like print it and brass it. I should maybe do that at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's neat. I mean, I love having I love different ammo types as I go on and on about every stream. Yeah. So to have a handful of them, it kind of bugged me to not have any. I didn't like that. It's like not having a Titan rocket really bugs me now. But I don't know what I'm going to do about it. But yeah, this is cool. This was at the dollar store. This was in one of the bags. $2.99 for this.
At Value Village, you mean?
Yeah, Value Village, $2.99 for this one. It came with one of those Bug Attack Reflex 6s, the X-Shot ones with the...
Oh, yes.
They're quite good. They're actually kind of a better disruptor performance-wise. So yeah, like this one, that, and I think a Jolt for like $3.99. I was like, yes. So this is a cool little...
Can't fire it.
Oh... I don't.
You're gonna have to fire it again now.
Locks are so annoying. There is not. Oh my goodness. There is not a maritime Discord. I can't even, as Shaz will attest to, I can't even keep up with. Someone
else's Discord.
No, I'm on too many. I'm stretched onto too many channels for how much content I'm doing right now. I'm probably realistically going to slow down a bit as we get into spring and summer. And things get a bit more normal, like not slow down a lot, but slow down to a normal person's. Like I'm putting out stuff like pretty much every day now, so like that's. I want to make sure I don't like do too much, so I don't wake up someday and be like, what am I doing with my life? So I don't know, maybe someday, but not certainly not now. I think I would rather have more conversations in the Discords that I'm part of. I do lurk. I do a lot of lurking. There's a lot of stuff that I see people doing that I love, like the Canadian one I'm in with Shaz. I mean, I love seeing all the builds in there, and I've asked a few questions here and there and put in a few things. It's definitely like cool to have that resource for sure.
Right.
I don't feel like there's too many questions I could have that could not get answered between those different channels, which is really neat. Community stuff is cool.
It is.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe we'll wrap it up there. This is really fun. This went by really quickly. We didn't play with all the mega, but we made a huge mess, and that's
half the fun.
That's half the fun. So that's part of what it's all about. I'm gonna clean this up later.
I'm gonna leave.
I don't blame you. I talk so much that I barely had any of my delicious
coffee
drink.
Yeah.
No, this is really fun. I'll do another poll and see what you guys want to talk about next time. If I get too many polls where people refuse to vote in Vortex, I'm just gonna do it because I'm mad with power. I just love Vortex so much. I think it's really neat. I'll probably put a picture up on do a community post about it. I took my referee jersey and 3 protons over to babysit my almost 3-year-old niece, and like the 2 younger girls and her. Yeah. She got a big kick out of shooting at me. And I shot her in the bum because like a Vortex disc doesn't go very fast,
right?
And she's still wearing diapers, so she thought that was great
Hilarious.
fun. Though,
yeah.
and I have my referee shirt. It was a good time. So games for all ages. That's
for sure.
But anyway, this is really fun. Thanks as always for coming.
Thanks for having me.
It's you're a mainstay, Matt. Susan, I really enjoyed doing the one with Susan, so I'll probably we'll do some here and there too, but.
I want exclusivity in my contract.
Oh boy, this is awkward. I do want to do maybe the next one. I have another couple of good friends of mine have kind of expressed some interest. I'll do a different setup for it. We might do like a 4-person on stools, ESPN style.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that'll be something for the 1,000 sub.
I'll break out my sports coat.
I might wear a sports coat too. We'll talk about news.
Okay.
We'll do like some firing competitions. We'll do some fun stuff. Anyway. Cool. Let's stop talking. Let's let people go. Thanks so much for joining us on a Friday night from all over the place. Thank you, Brooklyn people. Thank you, Singapore people. Thank you, Canadian people. Thank you, Idaho people. All the people. Yes. Thank you, people. And now we're going to do a big, awkward shuffle around to turn off the camera. I will do a better system someday.
Sure.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. End of the stream. Thanks for coming to the stream. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Oh, there's so much stuff to get around, Matt.
You gotta walk an extra 20 feet.
Oh, there's so much nerf, though. There's so much nerf. Ah! Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.